Bronson Reed has joined the Bloodline, and Roman Reigns is not getting a call back from Paul Heyman. And I saw Mike Tyson's butt cheeks yesterday. What a week it's been. This week in the Bloodline saga has been about finding a new fifth member. For some reason, War Games has to be a 5-on-5. I don't know why. There was a women's one last year or the year before, I believe, that was 4-on-4. So why does this have to be 5-on-5? I'm so confused. On Raw, Sami and the Usos were essentially trying to figure out how do they find a fifth member. No one's saying yes. They talked to everybody. It's almost like they spent the last couple years terrorizing the locker room, and now nobody wants to be with them because they all hate Roman Reigns because he was a crappy person. But not too much really happened on Raw besides that. They're just trying to find a fifth guy, and ain't no one pulling up for them. Moving into SmackDown, the most important part of this week when it comes to the Bloodline saga. Hey, also, real quick, shout out Lance on Hawaii. He signed with the WWE. He's official now. We all know about it. We're going to talk about it in a separate video. I just want to shout him out real quick because I'm excited. That's my boy. On SmackDown, we learned who that fifth member is going to be, and it's going to be Bronson Reed. Did he join the Bloodline, or did he just join the War Games Bloodline? You know? Like, is he actually fully in the Bloodline? He is Samoan, by the way, if you guys don't know that. Bronson Reed is Samoan. I guess we'll figure that out after Survivor Series, or maybe they'll explain it going forward. SmackDown was about Jey Uso trying to convince Roman, you need to make the call, brother. When the three of them go into his locker room, Roman walks in a few minutes, like, delayed, and, like, doesn't look at them and just sits down. You're making it really hard for people to want to team with you, Roman, when you do stuff like that. I thought Jay said if you disrespect him again, he's no longer helping you. That felt disrespectful personally. But Jay's trying to convince Roman to make the call. To who, you may ask? We'll figure it out in a second. When Solo went to the ring, the OG Bloodline had to answer that call as well. They pulled up where it looked like a pretty normal Bloodline, brawl, nothing too interesting within it until we got the new member. Even though it looked like Roman wasn't paying attention to Jay and just wasn't listening to what he had to say, at the end of the show, after a great main event between Nia and Naomi, by the way, they killed it. He did exactly what Jay said, and that was to make the call. Now, we can probably assume that Jay probably meant call the fifth guy, who we can assume is gonna be Seth Rollins. But instead, Roman went to call Paul Heyman.
Call the wise man.
Which is hilarious to me that Roman has his number in his phone as the wise man, like a 12-year-old. Like, just put Paul Heyman, bro. Like, what are you doing? The response Roman got was absolutely nothing. Paul Heyman disconnected his phone, but was it because he doesn't like Roman? He might have just changed his number because his phone got broken because Solo stomped on it. Now, then again, right? That was like in April or May. It is November. He couldn't have changed his number and just reached out to Roman, asked anyone for Roman's number. Again, it's all part of the story. We got to pull ourselves out of it and really think about it as these story beats that are very important. But that does bring up the question, does Paul Heyman even like Roman Reigns anymore? Because when Roman lost the championship, he didn't tell Heyman where he was going. He didn't say he was going to take some time off. He just up and left, leaving Paul to have to deal with Solo Sikoa and his bloodline. Paul had to watch Jimmy get kicked out and Tama get brought in, then Loa get brought in, then Jacob get brought in, and he could do nothing about this. He got attacked by Jacob Fatu. He got attacked by the new bloodline, and Roman still wasn't there. Because if he was that happy, why didn't he come out with Roman during SummerSlam? How come he didn't come out during Bad Blood? How come he didn't come out during Crown Jewel? Where has Paul Heyman been, and how come he's not with Roman Reigns anymore? Paul Heyman could be understandably upset, hurt, bothered, or has officially just turned on Roman Reigns completely. Does that mean he even joined Solo's bloodline? I don't know, because they kind of attacked him. So there's really no reason why he should join them. But does that mean he even wants to be associated with the Anoa'i family anymore? Who knows? Because there's plenty of reasons for all of those scenarios, and that's what makes the story so exciting to watch every week. George said that Roman needs to apologize, full stop. I completely understand that. This week showed that Roman has to apologize because he's running out of options. Even who he trusted is no longer answering the phone. MGM said Roman's aversion to accountability is what's holding him back. As much as he claims that he hasn't changed, the world around him certainly has. That actually explains it perfectly. You are dead on the money. He can't be the same Roman Reigns he once was because that Roman doesn't work in today's WWE. And that was only a few months ago. And Delta said, I love you, Solo. As we all do. And that right, Jacob? Yeah! I love you, Solo! Correct. My big question for you guys is, what side is Paul Heyman on? Because he's not answering the phone Roman's calling him. He completely disconnected his number. Bro has the money to go get a new phone if he wants to. What side is Paul Heyman on? Is he team Roman? Is he team Solo? Or is he no longer a part of the equation? And also, would you want to see Bronson Reed actually join the bloodline, but more like a part-time hitman kind of deal? Because I feel like that'd be kind of cool. Low-key, not against seeing Bronson fully within the bloodline, but like in a part-time role, you dig? Let me know in the comments down below. And on Tuesday, once we see what happens with the bloodline again and seeing who that fifth member could be, we'll be back on the channel talking about it. I'll see you in the next one.